Welcome to San Juan Radio, and thank you for joining me today on one of our very informative series. Today, we're going to be talking about why women struggle to lose weight after pregnancy. Now, we just came out of talking about on one of our previous series about postpartum depression and what women experience after pregnancy and stuff like that. And I thought that it would be very fit to bring this information to you guys as well, just following that. So let's dive straight into it, okay? So this is a topic that affects millions of women throughout the world, but it is often misunderstood why women struggle to lose weight after pregnancy. Many people see a mother carrying extra weight months or even years after childbirth and assume she is not exercising enough or not eating properly. However, the reality is far more complex. Pregnancy changes virtually every system in a woman's body. Hormone changes, metabolism changes, sleep pattern changes, emotional health changes, responsibilities change. Even the way the body stores fat changes as well. Today, we will examine the science behind postpartum weight retention, the emotional challenges mothers face, the role of the hormones, stress, sleep deprivation, nutrition, exercise, breastfeeding, and practical steps women can take to improve their health after childbirth. So let's look at the first one. Let's look at the body was, the body was being designed to store fat during pregnancy. One of the most important facts to understand is that the female body is biologically programmed to store fat during pregnancy. This stored fat serves several purposes. It provides energy reserves, it supports fetal development, it prepares the mother for breastfeeding, it protects both mother and child during periods of food shortage. Historically, women did not always have reliable access to food. Therefore, nature developed a system that allowed mothers to survive difficult conditions while still nourishing their babies. As a result, storage during pregnancy is not a flaw, it is a survival mechanism. Many women gain between 25 to 35 pounds during pregnancy. Although some gain more, some may gain less, depending on their medical circumstances and the number of babies they may be carrying. A portion of that weight includes the baby, the placenta, the amniotic fluid, additional blood volume, enlarged breast tissue, increased body fat. Immediately after delivery, though, some weight disappears. Much of the stored fat remains. So that would only be obvious because if the baby comes out, you have some weight being lost. All right. Now let's look at the hormones. Hormones are chemical messages that control many functions throughout the body. During pregnancy, hormones reach levels far higher than normal. After delivery, these hormones rapidly decline. This sudden hormonal shift affects mood, appetite, energy levels, sleep quality, and even metabolism. Now, some women experience intense food cravings after delivery. Others feel exhausted even after resting. Some struggle with mood swings that make healthy habits difficult to maintain. A mother may feel frustrated because she is eating similarly to before pregnancy but notices that her body is is responding differently. You know, this is often due to hormonal changes rather than a lack of effort, right? So I want you all to understand this. And again, the focus is on not just the mother, but also the men, the fathers as well, to understand these series of discussions or talks that we are having here, so that you become better informed, so that you understand what the mother is going through before pregnancy, after pregnancy, during pregnancy, after pregnancy, all these things, along with postpartum depression, all these things. So it's about, again, and I will reiterate, educating yourselves, right? Both parties, both male and female, right? So, there in sleep deprivation, there's a hidden impact on deprivation. Sleep deprivation is one of the greatest obstacles to postpartum weight loss. Many newborns wake every 2 to 3 hours. Some babies wake even more frequently. Imagine functioning on broken sleep night, you know, night after night for months. You know, your sleep is being broken up night after night. Research has shown that inadequate sleep affects hormones that regulate hunger and fullness. When people sleep is deprived, when persons sleep is interrupted, and they are deprived of proper sleep, hunger hormones increase. Satiety hormones decrease. Cravings for sugary foods increase. Energy levels decline. The result is a cycle where exhausted mothers seek quick sources of energy, often in the form of high calorie snacks and sweet beverages. At the same time, they have less energy for exercise. This is not a failure of willpower, it is biology. And I want to repeat that it is not a failure of willpower, it is biology. It is not that they are deliberately doing this, or deliberately wanting to eat or drink this. It is that craving that their body is going through, that is calling for these things, right? So it is biology, not a failure of willpower. Oh, let's look at stress and weight gain, right? Stress is another major factor. A new mother is responsible for an entirely dependent human being. She may also be dealing with financial pressures, household responsibilities, work obligations, relationship challenges, and so many more, right? The body responds to chronic stress by producing cortisol. Cortisol is commonly known as the stress hormone. When cortisol remains elevated for long periods, it can increase appetite, promote abdominal fat storage, increase cravings for unhealthy foods, make weight loss more difficult. So, therefore, we find many mothers are carrying emotional burdens that others never see. The scale often reflects those hidden struggles. Now we look at breastfeeding and weight loss myth. There is a myth about breastfeeding and weight loss. Many people believe breastfeeding automatically causes weight loss. No, it doesn't. For some women, it is true. For others, it is not. Breastfeeding burns calories, but it also increases hunger. Some mothers lose weight rapidly while nursing. Others maintain their weight. Some even gain weight. Every woman responds differently. And I want to repeat that. Every woman responds differently. And this is where you have to understand, you know, as a woman, understand yourself, understand your body, and recognize what is happening so that you don't take that as something that is negative that is happening to you or your body or how you look or your appearance, and start developing that negative self-image and that low self-esteem, you know. And to the males, if it is that is happening, you need to sit and talk with the mothers and explain to them these things as well. It is biology. These things are happening, and every woman responds differently. All right, that is just nature. It is just biology. That's just how it is happening. Right. Therefore, mothers should avoid, you know, comparing themselves to friends, relatives, or social media influencers and all these other persons that they're seeing out there who had other children, and they're seeing that they were able to lose a lot of weight, they get back their original size and all these things shortly after giving birth, all these things. Stop comparing yourselves to these persons. Comparisons often creates unnecessary frustration. All right, so we talk about postpartum stress and all these things before in one of our previous series. So what we're going to talk about is a postpartum depression and emotional eating. We're just going to touch on it because we did cover it a bit on that side, but we're going to just remind ourselves about just a couple things on it. Right now, mental health plays a major role in physical health. After childbirth, some women experience postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. We have learned that. And again, some of the symptoms would include persistent sadness, loss of motivation, excessive worry, feelings of hopelessness, difficulty concentrating. When emotional distress becomes severe, healthy habits often suffer. Some women lose their appetite entirely. Others turn to food for comfort. This is known as emotional eating. Food temporarily activates centers in the brain, creating short-term relief from stress and sadness. Unfortunately, the relief is temporary, while the health consequences may persist. So you may get a temporary relief, but the health aspect of it, the health consequences may persist. So we have to be very careful with that. Again, education is everything. Again, seek professional help where it is needed. Okay? So do not think that you can handle this and then things are spiraling downwards and it's getting worse and worse and you're still there trying. If you see that you're trying and it's not happening, get professional help, please. Okay? So let's look at the social pressure. Yeah, with everything there is that social pressure as well, to bounce back, because you'll be surrounded by friends, by family, by other individuals, whether it be the member persons within the community, or all these different things, right? There is that social pressure that is going to come at them. So modern society often creates unrealistic expectations. Now we're talking about celebrities frequently appear on television looking slim only weeks after giving birth. We don't know what they go through. We don't know. We might not have the money that they have to do all the procedures that they are doing to get to that stage. And as we mentioned before, every woman responds differently. And we've learned that before. So let's not use them as an example or try to, imitate them and what they are doing or how they are looking and all these things. All right. Social media, again, is filled with edited images and carefully selected photographs as well. So again, we have these celebrities, we have the social media. These images create the illusion that rapid weight loss is normal. And I repeat that. They create the illusion that rapid loss weight is normal. In reality, health recovery takes time. A woman spent 9 months changing physically to support her baby. Come on. Expecting the body to reverse those changes within a few weeks is unrealistic. It is absolutely unrealistic. Recovery should focus on health rather than appearance. And I repeat that. Recovery should be focused on health rather than on appearance. Right? Now, let's look at nutrition for healthy weight loss. Right? Healthy postpartum nutrition is not about starving the body. It is about nourishing the body. Some key nutritional principles should include or would include protein. Protein helps maintain muscle mass and supports recovery. Sources of that, you can get that from fish, chicken, eggs, beans, lentils, fruits, and vegetables. These provides vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Fiber promotes fullness and helps regulate digestion. We learned that from our diabetes series as well, right? And our health tips section as well. Now, we look at healthy fats. Healthy fats support hormone production and overall health. Examples of that healthy fat would be like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, right? Water, hydration supports metabolism and energy levels. So you have to consume that water to keep hydrated, right? Many women mistake thirst for hunger. Drinking sufficient water throughout the day can help control unnecessary snacking. Right? So try to practice that as well. Drinking lots of water instead of snacking a lot. All right? I know those cravings might be there, but try drinking a lot more water as well. Right? What about exercise? Exercise after pregnancy. Exercise should begin gradually and with medical approval. Again, I repeat that. It should begin gradually and with medical approval. Visit your clinic, check your doctors, ensure that it is safe to start doing some light exercises. Start gradually and start doing those exercises and include those physical activity in your probably daily or every other day routine, a couple of times during the week, and start those things gradually, right? Don't overstrain, because remember, your body would have gone through, something very strenuous as well, and your muscles, your leg, your back, your arms, all sorts of different things, your neck, even your neck, all these things would have been under some strain while giving birth. And what you need to do is to ensure that you have medical approval before starting these exercises. And again, because of this that your body would have gone through, you take your time and gradually ease into that exercise. Walking is one of the most effective postpartum exercises. You can start with that. That is as simple as it can get. Walking. The benefits of walking, it would improve your blood circulation. It puts you in a better mood. It increases energy, reduces stress. And as your strength improve, you can always add body weight exercises, resistance training, swimming, cycling, all these things. So again, as your strength improves, don't put your body under strain. Don't strain your muscles, damage your muscles, because remember, you're coming out of after giving birth. So don't put yourself into that position where you strain your muscles or you damage them or anything like that, right? So again, with everything, seek your medical approval, right? Exercise should be viewed as a tool for health rather than punishment for weight gain. right? So it's a tool for health rather than punishment for weight gain. Now let's look at some practical steps for mothers. All right. We see that if you are a mother struggling with weight after pregnancy, you should consider the following. Be patient with yourself. Prioritize sleep whenever possible. Drink now. Prioritizing sleep whenever possible. If the baby's asleep, try it. Now we know sometimes that it is practically sometimes impossible, but try to see if you can do it. Try to see if it is that you can structure your day in such a way that when the baby is asleep, that you can also get some rest. If you have another young one at home, see if it is that you can now train that child to sleep during those times if there's no one else to supervise that child, so that that child takes a rest with you as well. So you have the baby sleeping, you have you sleeping, you have the other young one sleeping as well. The times that the baby is awake, after you feed them, they might be awake for a short time. Try to get your work done early. Try to synchronize and put your daily routine in sequence so that you can get some rest. And if you have other kids, you can make sure and try to get some rest before they come home from school, right? So again, it is prioritizing sleep whenever possible, right? So try to get that in, try to work out. Again, seek professional help. Again, if it is that you're having some difficulty doing that, you have persons that are trained in this field that will definitely be able to assist you and to help you to formulate a routine that you can use, and that will be workable given your situation, your particular situation. So drink plenty of water, eat balanced meals, avoid crash diets, meaning that you know we say, look, you know this is what I have this to do, I have that to do, I have this to do, I have a ton load of stuff to do. Grab something, eat, bam, in and out. Crash diets. It doesn't matter what nutrient content it contains, it may not even be healthy for you. It's a crash diet. It doesn't carry the nutritional value that you need in your body at this time, right? So you avoid crash diets, walk regularly, ask family members to help if they are around. If you do have that support system, ask family members to help, right? Seek support for emotional struggles. Again, we talk about the postpartum depression, we talk about stress and depression and all these things that occurs after a woman comes out of pregnancy and all these things. So seek support from your qualified professionals for emotional struggles, that kind of thing. Focus on health, not perfection. Celebrate small victories. You lose a pound. You were able to achieve this at the end of the week. You were able to get some rest. You were able to do certain things. You were able to clean the house. You were able to wash the clothes that was piling up. You were able to do these little things. Celebrate those small victories. It works wonders with your mental health as well, right? So losing 1 pound of fat, walking an extra 10 minutes, even during exercise, those small victories that you would accomplish. You're accustomed walking 5 minutes, you walk 10 minutes this time, you walk 15 minutes, you walk 20 minutes. Celebrate those small victories, replacing, sugary drinks. Those sugary drinks with water those things are meaningful, achievements, right? So as we close, I just want to, say to every mother listening today, your worth is not measured by a number on a scale. Your body has carried life. It has endured pregnancy, labor, delivery, sleepless nights, and endless sacrifices. Health is a journey. Progress may be slow, but every healthy choice matters. Do not compare your chapter to someone else's chapter 20. Do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. A healthier mother is better equipped to care for her family, and that makes every step toward wellness worthwhile. All right. Now, I will repeat that. A healthier mother is better equipped to care for her family, and that makes every step forward wellness toward wellness worthwhile. It makes it all worthwhile. So again, we just want to say, and before we close, I just want to reiterate the fact about educating oneself, both men and women, both men and women. You know, about postpartum depression, all these different health tips that we're giving here about helping, women lose weight after pregnancy, and all these different things that these different series that we are talking about. Feel free to message me on our social media. Let me know if there's any particular topics that you all would like to hear, would like me to talk about, would like to get information on, or anything like that for us to discuss here on the San Juan Radio. Feel free to message me on all of our social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, or even WhatsApp us. The number is 479-5709. That's 479-5709. WhatsApp me and let me know what is happening. Let me know what topics that you guys might be interested in. What topics that you guys would love for us to discuss here, to talk about, and we will bring that information, definitely bring that information to you. All right. So again, education is the key to living a happier, healthier life. Let us educate ourselves, not just as a people, as a community, as a world. Let us educate ourselves in all of these various areas, in all sorts of different topics, so that we become better parents, we become better fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters and neighbors, community members, that we are able to help others as well, right? So let us be our brother's keeper. Let us take this knowledge that we are gaining from these series and use them. Let us use them so that we can help others as well. So thank you again for listening. You have been tuned in to San Juan Radio. Do have a wonderful day, and please do feel free to tell a friend, tell a family, tell a co-worker. Tune in to San Juan Radio, where all the information is at.